you guys, it's me, Clarissa, here on Clarissa Says, where Clarissa says it all, and that is how I feel. So, good morning, you guys. Today is February the 16th, 2019, and we are talking about rapper YNW Melly. Now, I know that the public has came out about the story, I say earlier this week about Wednesday, around Wednesday, Thursday was, I believe, Thursday was Valentine's Day, the 14th. So about the 13th, the 14th, the 12th was when this story starts to hit the public. Now, let's go ahead and go into details about this. This situation happened actually in October. Now, I know just talking about it, I'm a little behind on coming to this conclusion of how I wanted to present this story to you guys, and I'm pretty sure you have already seen countless videos on this story, but I just wanted to get everything because when they start to release information, there's always details that are missed. So I didn't want to just jump on the story just because everybody's doing it, and then of course that's people watching, and I get the views, I understand, you guys, but I wanted to fully understand like what this was, like what this situation really was, because YNW Melly was really close friends with the two men that died in this situation. So instantly when I heard this story, I instantly was kind of like taken back, like, really? Like, you know, like, yeah, I'm going to go into the details just to go ahead and go there. Basically, YNW Melly and his two best friends and one of his other friends got into a situation which led to two of them being alive, which is YNW Melly and his friend Harry. I'm sorry, I know he YNW something, but I right now I can't think of his name. And then his other two friends, YNW Juvy, I know for a fact because I was, before the situation, I heard one of him, and his other friend, ynwsakchaser. So ynwsakchaser and ynwjuvy were the two men that died in this situation. Williams is actually ynwsakchaser's last name, and he is 21 years old. And YNW, last name is Thomas, and he died at 19 years old. Of course, I can find you guys the definition, the real names of them, which is Anthony DeAndre Williams, which is ynwsakchaser, and Christopher Thomas Jr., which is ynw Juvy. Now, like I said, this situation happened back in October, but the reason why it's just coming out now is because there was some missed details. Like, there were some details that was missing. The cops was like, oh wait, hold up, your story's not matching. So basically, YNW Melly basically got them to the hospital, and his other friend, Corntel Malik Henry, at 20 years old, that's the other one, he was with them as well, whatever. And so at October 26th, that's when they actually took him to Memorial Hospital in Miramar, and that's the full story. And what they told them was that there was a shootout, and that, you know, they didn't have anything to do with it. It was just a shootout, and they were just taking the two kids, YNW Juvy and ynwsakchaser, or Thomas and Williams, to the hospital to, be checked out to see if they're alive, to see if they have a chance to survive, like anybody else that may go through a situation where it's a drive-by. Now, just to give you a quick background on YNW Melly, he is not from the South Florida area at all. Originally, he is from Florida, but I believe it's Grifford, which is really a country area of Florida. You can get to Grifford through Orlando, Florida, but you have to go, like, you can't go up Central, which is north straight through, basically you go from Orlando to Daytona Beach to St. Augustine to Jacksonville to, Georgia. No, Grifford is actually the other way. You have to go through Orlando, past, St. Cloud, all of that. Like, you're not even like towards Tampa. Like, you're going northeast, northwest. Like, it's just up. It's just up in the corner somewhere in the country, y'all. But, yeah. So, of course, this man was an aspiring rapper, and from a child, he knew that he wanted to be a rapper. He knew he wanted to be famous. He knew he had the sauce. He had that juice to be, who he was. He had the swagger. He had the tenacity, his attitude, his persona, and he carried that all the way up to his adulthood. Now, of course, he sparked off. He sparked off, and these two people, YNW Juvy and ynwsakchaser, were with him for life. If you have not already checked out his documentary, I'm putting it right there above in the little card right there, so you can go ahead and click it. He has a documentary talking about his life, and of course these people are very significant in his reality. So that's what I'm saying. It's just so far-fetched for me to hear this situation. So anyways, let's continue. So yeah, Jamel Maurice Demons, that's his name, by the way. YNW Melly, that's his real name. Jamal, is what we're gonna call him. So Jamel, knew he wanted to be a rapper, and so he took it there. He got far. When I tell you, he has people behind him. He has songs with Kanye West, and Kanye don't do songs with nobody. So, like, if you are with Kanye West, like, you doing something right. Like, you doing something right. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't like, I'm not gonna say bad music. I listen to music. I listen to every kind of music, but music and the lyrics is what I really listen to. Like, I'm a deep thinker, as you guys know on my channel. But I'm a very deep thinker, so I think about the lyrics I'm listening to, and sometimes the gun shooting, this and that, I really don't like. But Melly's style is like completely different. He mixes his stuff, and it's very authentic. So I have to give him credit for that, and I think that's the reason why he got so far and to be able to meet and collab with such high people. And it wasn't just Kanye West, but there are a lot of people that he collabed with that songs have not come out. He was signed as well, and basically this was his meal ticket out of the hood, even if he didn't live in the ghetto, he may have lived in a situation that was not as financially stable. Even if he was in a house, it was in a area within wherever he was living, Grifford, that wasn't the best. Of course, they took care of themselves, whatever, but you guys get it. The money wasn't as long, so he did what he had to do, became YNW Melly, and he got signed. He moved to South Florida, and he also moved to Vero Beach, and that's where Henry comes from, Vero Beach. The money is in South Florida. So I'm gonna read this to you guys really quick, because that's just a quick synopsis of what happened, but I want to read this to you so you can further information on what really went on. I just wanted to give you a quick background before I went into it. So now here we can go. And then after this, I will go ahead and give my full commentary. I know I've been giving you hints and pieces of how I feel, but yeah, that's definitely not it. So here we go. This is actually from Sun Sentinel, and the title is Rapper YNW Melly accused of slaying 2 long-term friends on lonely road near Everglades. Now, I don't like putting my pinpoint, but I am within this area. Just saying, currently, not saying that I live here, but I'm within this area. Like, I know this area. So when they say road near Everglades, I know what road they're talking about. They're talking about all the way out west, Miramar, out by out there, and by like the Turnpike 75, like out there. Like, it's honestly one long road that goes all the way straight down, and it never ends. Like, it's the longest road ever, and nobody be on that road, like, besides like people that live within that area, and like trucks. And at nighttime, it's like pitch dark. There's no houses. There's barely any businesses. Like 2 gas stations on that road. If you do not get gas, you screwed. If you run out of gas, once you pass that gas station and you go out on that road, you're not getting back down that way. So I know where this happened. Anyways, 2 young men from the Treasure Coast who sought their fortunes in the South Florida rap business were murdered by gunfire, most likely in a Jeep on a lonely stretch of a road near the Everglades. Now, the accused trigger man was their close friend, rising rap star YN Melly. And like I said, he is, like, his music, aka Jamel Demons 19, according to Miramar Police and Broward State Attorney Office. Now, first off, just put out there, this is in Miramar. This is not in Miami. This is not in Fort Lauderdale. This is not in Lake Worth. This is not in some hood part of the world or of South Florida. This is in Miramar. This is the suburbs. This is like the white side of the South Florida area, like Miramar, not Miami. People think Miramar is Miami. Miramar is not Miami. It's the suburbs. It's the stubbies. Even the hood part of Miramar on the east side, past University, is still good parts compared to. There's no drama basically that happens in Miramar. Like, you guys don't understand. There's nothing here. Prosecutors also charged another friend from the tight court from the Vero Beach area, Cortland Malik Henry. Now they said quartet. Sorry, I said Cortland. It said quartet, meaning that 4 of them were friends for life. They wouldn't put like the statement 3 peas in a pod. In this case, it's 4 peas in a pod, and they've been tight since youth. Now, before sunrise on October 26th, a Jeep Compass with a rear window punched out delivered mortally wounded Anthony DeAndre Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr. to the emergency bay of Memorial Hospital, Miramar. Now, who delivered? It was Henry. But doctors declared them dead. Henry was the driver of the Jeep. See, like I said, Henry was the driver of the Jeep. And he was the only one with the 2 passengers, which of course were the people that were dying. Christopher Thomas and I don't want to mess up his name, Anthony Williams, which is YNW Sakchaser. And YNW Juvy is Christopher Thomas. Now, Henry was the driver. So YN Melly was not there at the scene. I do believe, because what happened is forensics got involved. I do believe that they wanted to make a scene and make it look like something happened. So they staged it, and maybe forensics of him punching the window or stuff like that. And they had his DNA, his sweat, stuff like that around that Jeep is what kind of got them to, put their attention to YNW Melly, because forensics got involved. And this is Miramar. They got the bread. They got the money. They're going to spend their time, especially with these people being involved, that they have like money and they have attention towards them. They want to create a case that people are going to look into and have stories that people are going to entertain. And this is one of them. As you guys can see, he was actually a rising star with a lot of people that were famous, so they're paying attention to him. They're going to invest their funds, the government funds, to figure out what's going on, because they're involved. Not just him, but the whole YNW crew, to be real. So, like I said, Henry was the driver of the Jeep, and the only passengers were the dying men. Demons was not at the hospital that early morning, according to the police. So, YNW Melly was like, I'm not going to be there. Williams, 21, was also known as YNW Sakchaser, and Thomas, 19, whose stage name was YNW Juvy, were last seen alive that October day at around 3:20 a.m. in Fort Lauderdale. Now, all these areas are near each other, close to each other. About 75 minutes later, in a remote western Miramar on Pembroke Road, like I said, all the way out there, that road only leads to 75. Are you doing that, or are you going to go the side roads to make you go to Tampa? Yeah, or you're going to take that road that leads you to, not 826, you can take it to 826, the toll road, leads you to the toll road. But about 75 minutes later, in the remote western Miramar of Pembroke Road, both had been shot multiple times while near a waste management plant on US 27, according to a police report. Now, currently, there's no bond for rapper YNW Melly, who has been charged, well, they're charging with killing 2 friends. Now, Demons, Thomas, and Henry shared a 2-story house in Miramar, a few miles from where the police believe the shootings happened. Williams was living in Fort Lauderdale at this time, and at the end of the documentary that YNW Melly put together, again, I'm going to put the card up there just in case you guys did not see it the first time, if they allow me to do it on YouTube, but if not, the link will be in my description down below. By the time, you know, the documentary about YNW Melly came out, that has more than 1.1 million views. Again, this man has a following. This man was literally like going to be high in person in the music industry. Like, I don't understand how he could mess this up. Now, I'm going to side note from this right here, just because we're on this point. I've been watching a lot of stuff, and sacrifices are real. I'm just saying, I don't know what he got himself into. This could be a solution. This could be a resolution. Not saying that this is what he was doing, but sometimes, you know, sacrifices are real. Y'all saw Jennifer Hudson. Y'all saw, hey, there's people and there's things in storage you can look into about sacrifices. Now, people were saying that this could be a situation where he was trying to use them as sacrifices to get to the next stage of his music career. I'm not saying that this is what it is. I'm not saying that he even killed his friends. I'm not saying any of this. What I'm saying is what people were saying. Now, the only way I can see if this was a sacrifice, him getting in trouble for this, or him basically having to go turn himself in as an accomplice or whatever, would be that he did something wrong that the people in charge did not like. And maybe either way, it was like, you do this, we have this on you, or this, or you sacrifice. I don't know details, but I'm just letting you guys know what people were saying. So I'm going to continue on reading. So, he had he has now, honestly, over 1.2, I believe, million views on this YouTube video. And Demons and his friends are described as the targets of the drive-by shooting in Miami. So, again, they're saying that there was a drive-by shooting in Miami, which really was Miramar. Again, they mix it up. And that basically, he was involved with that shooting. And it wasn't just him shooting at them. He was involved. All of them were involved with the shooting. But police and prosecutors say in court documents that Demon shot Williams and Thomas and accused Henry of helping Demon stage the crime scene inside of the Jeep. The cause of the lethal violence was not disclosed by the investigators. We still don't know why he would do that. And on February 7th, the grand jury indicted both Henry and Demons for murder in the first degree, with the firearm indicted Henry with being an accessory after the fact. Now, again, Henry was the one who took the two ynwsakchaser and ynwjuvy to the hospital. So that means that Henry has the information. Henry went to jail first, by the way. So, of course, someone sing-song and telling, and YNW Melly had to turn himself in. He turned himself in. He didn't get arrested. He turned himself in. And, of course, I feel as though in this case, Henry was the one who basically said, I'm not going to get time for all of this. Maybe you told me I have to do this, or I can't stay with you. Maybe he has, you guys don't understand situations. If they're living in a house with YNW Melly and they don't have anything and everything they're getting is from him, they kind of control him in a way. And I feel as though this is one of the situations that may have happened in this case. Again, I'm not sure if Henry did help him or if YNW did actually kill him. This is just a story in the case to have against them. We honestly do not know the full details or what the motive for him to actually kill his best friends. I mean, okay, maybe he's taking care of all of them. He gets tired of it, and maybe they got into an argument. And like I said, he's so controlling, and his last name is Demons. So maybe he's so demonic that he just lost it and went off. And then on the scene had to figure out figure it out right then and there. Maybe Henry was just in the car and just so happened to get involved just because he's there with his people and, basically being someplace at the wrong time with the wrong people. Maybe that's what happened to Henry. He just so happened to be involved because he was there while this whole anger situation happened, and boom, 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 boom. Everybody shot besides him. And he's like, well, shit, I'm not going to die. Let me help this man. You never know. We're instinctive people. So I don't fault Henry, but I don't know the full story. Neither do anybody else, because we really don't know what really happened. They didn't really tell the full story. So, of course, Henry has been indicted with being an accessory after the fact of this grand jury indictment with Henry and Demons. Now, law enforcement in Houston arrested Henry in January. He was flown to Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport on Tuesday when Miramar police took him into custody. Yeah, Miramar ain't playing. I'm telling you, don't be messing out here, Miramar. Demons was promoting a new album released in January called We All Shine. His single hit Murder on My Mind became a certified gold record last month after selling 500,000 units. Like I said, this man was making songs, making music. He was in the middle of a 14-city tour and was scheduled to perform in Philadelphia on Thursday night and in Cleveland on Friday night, according to his Instagram account. But instead of entertaining his friends, Demons will be behind bars, and he still is at this point in time. He wrote on Instagram, I want you guys to know I love and appreciate every single one of y'all. A couple months ago, I lost my two brothers, but violence. And now the system wants to find justice. Now, this does happen sometimes where they need to point fingers and they need to find a solution. And he could just be getting caught up in a situation just because he was involved with them. But unfortunately, a lot of rumors and lies are being said. But no worries. God is with me and my brothers at ynw.bortman, and we want y'all to remember it is a YNW family. I love you, ynwsakchaser 1 and 2, ynwjuvy, #free us. Now, if you want to know Henry's YNW name, it's YNW Bortman, BORTLEN. Now, on Wednesday night, Demons turned himself into the main Broward County Jail for Lauderdale. So he turned himself in on Wednesday, February the 13th. And on Thursday, Broward County Judge, which is February the 14th, Broward County Judge Jackie Powell ordered both Demons and Henry, Demons YNW Melly and Henry YNW Bortman, to be held without bond, and also instructed them not to contact each other, so they can't talk to each other at all. Henry was apparently not cooperating with prosecutors in the investigation, which is still continuing. Oh my gosh, which is still continuing. Sorry about that. And during his hearing, a prosecutor said Mr. Henry is not going to be a witness at this point. The state will not be extending offers of any sort to Mr. Henry. So they were saying that Mr. Henry at first was going in and, saying stuff, but now they're saying that he is not talking, he is not going on stand, he is not being witnessed. So there's maybe something to that too. Demons attorneys are Mitchell Pillay and Bradford Cohen, and Pillay declined to speak on their client's behalf. So they don't want to talk about anything, about nothing. They don't want to say any words. They don't want to say anything until the time comes for them to present their case. Now, Henry's lawyer could not be reached for a comment. So, YNW Bortman was there, and his lawyer was there, and he did not want to, there to not be found. He doesn't want to be reached. He don't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to know any details. Quiet. And I feel like the reason is because he was the one that they took to jail first. And he is the one, if anything, that knows the actual details to what is up. So what I can say about the situation is that this is really, 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 really sad to see somebody that was so young and so passionate about his music to be in this case where he can be in some real lifelong trouble. What I do want to say is there's a lot of young kids out there that have amazing talents. amazing powers and amazing, you know, the ability to touch people by the thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions like he did. And instead, what they're doing is pushing it towards violence, which is making their career and their life nothing. Nothing. So you're just going to sit there in jail if he does get charged with this because of what? If it, okay, say for instance he didn't do it. It doesn't matter. He's still going to be charged with it. Say for instance he did do it. He's still going to be charged with it. Like, why do something or put yourself in a situation where your whole entire life can end? Like, why would you do that? Why put yourself around people that can make your whole entire life fail and be over within a second, and you be jailed for years and years and years on years? Why put yourself in situations where it's so negative that you're killing people, or that you have a thought to killing people? His song was called Murder on My Mind. And see, people like songs that they can relate to and lyrics that they can relate to. So I'm pretty sure the reason why that song got so hot, because of the things that he was saying, people can relate to them, you know. But at the same time, they're negative thoughts and this negative realities, and they're choosing people like this to store our youth. And this is what we're looking into. And even though I say youth, I'm I'm only 23. So they're stirring us. They're getting into our brain, and they're conditioning us to do and think and want to be certain people in certain ways. So you want to be with fraud, you want to be a killer, you want to be with a gun, you want to be in the hood, you want to be, you know, rah. Like, why? Well, we could be investing, learning ways to invest into real estate, learning ways to invest with each other, learning ways to everybody get, you know, everybody paying $100 per week, per month. After 5 years, y'all got money. Now y'all can invest in a house. Now y'all can invest in a business. Now y'all can invest in in merchandise. Create a business LLC. Invest in merchandise. Everybody's promoting it. Over 20 people promoting it. And now y'all got a real business bringing in bread because you guys are working together. These are the things that we should be talking about. We need to talk about coming together as a race. We need to talk about coming together as a society and trying to better ourselves overall, not stuff like this. It's about the kids, you know. You know, what they are going to see now, and what they, you know, hear now is what's going to affect them in the future. Excuse him. He's a real famous that he loves. But, you know, everything leads into another. And what we put out to the world is going to be instilled in my mind, my kids' mind, my cousin's mind, just anybody, even adults. It's just negative music, and when you listen to things over and 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 over again, eventually something pops off, and that's your first instinct, is to do something that you would not have normally do, because you've been conditioned to act upon these emotions in a certain way. You do it. And I feel like maybe this is a situation that basically happened, and it's really, really sad for that. This is, you know, what the world has come to, and not even just that, what music has come to. You can go back and listen to the oldies, and it's like, hey, you know, and you can still go like, hey, you know, I with the Cardi B, but the lyrics are different. The mood of the lyrics are different. They were not out there talking about girls, boom, boom, and all that. They did it in a modest way. They're not out there talking about shooting up. They would have beef. They talked about it in a modest way. Like, honestly, it was different. This is, our music now is direct. Like, I'm coming to shoot you. Like, I don't like you. You know, F you. What's up? Like, that's our music. And yeah, okay, you can relate to it, and it's good. But at the same time, you gotta just think about the long-term effects that it will have on our race and society. Like, they are creating us to be against each other. Seriously. It is the truth. These people are not like full stand-up role models, you know? So, with that being said, I don't want to go on any further. When there is any, you know, more information coming out, or if there's any further information on this story, I will go ahead and do an updated video on it. If they say they do, you know, actually convict him of these 2 murders, because again, it doesn't say that they convicted him, but they said he has been charged. So I guess he has been charged. He's been charged with the murders, but I don't know if he actually got sentenced for time with the murder. I know right now that he does not have any bond, and neither does his friends. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let this video go. If you're new to my channel, thank you for coming here and tuning into my channel this morning. I did basically like a full vlog version. This is not a like pre-recorded, edited. This is like a full vlog version. So if you would like to check out any of my other videos, please go ahead and do so. I appreciate it. Sometimes I do things up and I switch it up with, you know, depending on my topics. If you have any topics you want me to talk about, please go ahead and leave it in my introduction video. And other than that, I really hope for the best for these two men. And again, R.I.P. Anthony DeAndre Williams and Christopher Thomas. You guys definitely had more to live, but you know, I guess fate is fate, and this was you guys' time. I'm sorry, this is what they had to experience, but I hope that people take heed, especially the youth. You take heed to what these rappers and these people that are famous or Insta famous, whatever, are going through, so that for you do not have to go through these kind of things in the future. That's all that I'm saying. Birds are feather flock together. You live by a gun, die by the gun, and your company is all that you have. So just make sure you are very choosy with who your company is, because you never know what can happen. And this is one of those cases where you have best friends killing each other. Like, I can't even... That's it, y'all. Thank you for tuning into my video today, and I'll see you until next time. Peace out, y'all.
Big boy on the track.